Welcome to Rad, a daily reader for Reddit. Like and subscribe for daily Reddit videos. I am sick to death of hearing about the United States of America. I couldn't care any less about that country. Every time I open my phone, look at a newspaper, watch TV, or go onto my computer, all I see is news about the United States of America. I don't give a single crap about that country. It's infuriating. I couldn't care less about who is running the USA any more than I care who is running Zimbabwe or Denmark. Edit. Grammar and spelling. I live in the US and I'm tired of it. The problem is the media. Most of us are just living normal lives doing the same crap as everyone else in other countries. But when you turn on the TV, all you see is chaotic crap that I've never seen in real life. Perfect answer. 100% agree with Op. The vast majority of us are living our lives, spending time with our friends and families, going to work, enjoying life. Yes, we have issues, but it's really a very small percentage of people making all the noise. I have a Canadian friend who's like, your country is crap right now. I have retirement benefits. I work every day and I'm enjoying life. I told him, if you're watching the news to get an idea of the US, then you're going to have a bad time. Every time I'm on Reddit I see shootings or something on fire going on in American media. Columbine by Dave Cullen taught me that tragedy and disaster sells. So if you do not live in the US and see the news and are reveling in how our country is going to crap, I have great news. We are just fine and the media is just pandering to what sells. Edit. Rip my inbox. It would appear some people took this as a personal attack. I was just pointing out how the media feeds the hate. And the ironic thing is that my comment fed into people's hate somehow. Man face-palming light skin tone. Final edit. There is a debate below going on about the pandemic, shootings, police brutality, racism, homelessness, etc. FFS guys, if we had to type out a comment to try and cover every little thing you find upsetting and have to filter our comments to try and tiptoe so we don't offend anyone, we would all be novelists. Those things are absolutely real issues. But if you were to listen Reddit and the news about these matters, you would think everyone here would be afraid to go outside. Cue comments about people who are afraid to go outside and how I'm in butthole. The fact is, I was commenting on the media. Some of you took it upon yourselves to chase a red herring. You guys replied with some unfortunate stuff and I get it. But it distracts from my main point, which was the media. That being said, I hope everyone who took the time to read this and reply back, even if the reply was just you being in butthole towards me, I wish you the best. This times 1 fricking billion. The media is constantly crapping all over America and quite frankly it's exhausting and aggravating. Like you said, most of us are just going about our normal business of, not burning down our country and crapping all over it. There are not piles of dead bodies on every street corner from COVID-19. There aren't riots in every major city 24/7. Black people aren't getting shot by cops with utter impunity every 3 seconds. Our president is a freaking idiot. But so are most of the politicians in office. Honestly, the way the US is portrayed in the media, you would think it's hell on earth 24/7. It's just not like that, folks. When there are clowns in office, the circus will always get a lot of attention. Our president is like the monkey that the trainers have been struggling with but still decides to sit in the ring and fling his own poop at the crowd. The media buys the crap up for ratings. Bread and circuses. It keeps the ratings up. But it's not that bad. I go to the office every day without being shot or robbed. I walk my dog after work. Greet and talk to my neighbors. I don't see a war in the streets or society crumbling before my eyes. My medical insurance covers my prescriptions and doctor visits. And while it may not be free, I have always had quick and positive experiences when having to go to the hospital. The primary hospital system in my area just declared themselves to be free of COVID-19 patients. Sure, some issues are overhyped by the media, but as a 38-year-old white man, I don't encounter any of the racism or stereotypes portrayed in the media. My dog, as mentioned earlier, walks include visiting my Nigerian buddy around the block, the older white lady on the corner, the Spanish kids a few blocks away, and the Asian family that runs the store where we occasionally stop. Not everywhere in the USA is filled with hate. My dog got away from the sitter's house a few weeks ago, and the entire community came together to help get him back. People went out of their way to help, whether it be reposting on Facebook, driving around looking, or the volunteer group that helped with posters and trapping him when I was called with a sighting. The entire area helped. And I don't even know who these people are. And this is just a small part of the United States. There are bad areas of anywhere you go, whether it be corruption or poverty. However, there are many more places where people just go about their lives in peace with those around them. You don't have to like everyone. Just don't be a dick and we'll get along fine. As someone who lives in the UK, a lot of our news focuses on the USA. Not too sure why we over here are so obsessed with imitating America, but it's definitely the case. Whilst the US has its problems like everywhere else, it is obviously nothing compared to most countries whose problems are never reported on over here. Austria here, our primary radio station, best car traffic news. We'll have a almost hourly segment about hurricane in USA this. And funny story, Florida man did that, or teenager saved puppies in small town Kansas. Yeah, it's nice and all, but they probably just grabbed that of the top Facebook post or whatever it is people hang out these days for such kind of news. They could be bringing stories about Europe at least, but they don't. I just don't get it. And they've been doing it for years, so I guess people don't hate it. Or just out up for it for the traffic information, like I do. I try to listen to BBC World News as an American so I can figure out what's going on in the world. Constantly hearing about politicians taking childish shots at each other gets exhausting. Conversely, a lot of our tabloid TV material is centered around the British monarchy. I don't know why, but a good chunk of women here love the royal drama. I'm never going to forget this dude's response on the BBC when they asked him how he feels about the royal wedding. How do you feel about the royal wedding? Am I invited? No, of course not. Then why should I care? Quote, I live in Canada, and we just continue to consume American politics rather than focusing on our own political issues. It drives me nuts because we have our own issues to focus on. But so many of us are captivated by the craziness over there to the point of ignoring our own. Edit. Sorry I didn't reply to anyone. When I logged in a couple hours after my comment, I was overwhelmed with replies. A lot of you made good points, observations, and related to this heavily. My husband and I ran into a friend today while out walking. And guess what we ended up talking about? American politics. I live in the US and I'm tired of hearing about the US. What I hate the most is people thinking you are from the USA and or everything revolves around it. Ones say they are the savers of the world. Other blaming everything on USA. Those are from US too. Everyone talking as if Western society is the same as US society. Other exporting their racial problems to the rest of West people from their talking in the internet. As if you were from there. Something like, well you white people. I don't care mate, I'm not from there. You destabilize the Middle East. No I didn't, my country didn't. Etc. etc. A million of examples like this. To those who care about who's running Zimbabwe, it's the dictator named Mnangagwa who is more like a puppet to the tyrannical VP. And the nation is all under the rule of military junta who murder and kill every day. But unlike US, this doesn't get media coverage because all media outlets are run and controlled by the state. Oh no worries, I'm sick of hearing about the US too and I'm freaking living in it. Here is the thing, as much as I hate it, being the biggest economy and the biggest importer in the world, what happens in the US has a huge impact on the rest of the world. I'll give you a couple of examples. 2008 financial crash. It cascaded out to the rest of the world within days. 9/11 shaped a decade afterwards. The impact on every prices alone because of the actions taken by US had a profound how a lot of economies shaped afterwards. By the way, I am not from US. This isn't even an unpopular opinion, you're literally just complaining. This sub is dog crap. Thanks for watching Rad. Like and subscribe for daily Reddit videos. If you like these videos, check out Rad too.